We have the Tag Team Turmoil, a gauntlet featuring 9 teams, the winner of which will be the undisputed Monster Factory Tag Team Champions.
It's one of the most chaotic tag team match types out there. We haven't done a tag team turmoil since Evolution of Champions in May. That is how long it's been.
No night like tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, your next match is a Tag Team Turmoil Gauntlet Match.
So here are the rules of Tag Team Turmoil. 2 teams will start in the ring. They'll have a match. The winner stays, the loser is gone. Then the next team will come out.
Yeah, I'm going harder than the G is going
Introducing team number 1, It's Complicated.
Gotta be considered early favorites, definitely.
Yes, this will continue until all teams have entered, but Christian Darling, our Supersonic champion, and Stevie Brooks have been a tag team for a good amount of time now, and they've been in a tag team title hunt for a long time, always have come up short, and they've gotten probably the worst draw out of all of them.
So much of this match comes down to the luck of the draw and your entry. Number 1 and number 2 puts you at a significant statistical disadvantage, but there has been a lot of chemistry over the years between Stevie Brooks and Christian Darling, as tonight the night that culminates into tag team gold and a celebration.
Well, I know Christian Darling is the strongest guy here, but even he has his work cut out for him tonight because the task ahead of him is Herculean, I'll say.
The Supersonic champion looking to become 2 belts. Prime time Christian Darling tonight.
And now here's a team that has had issues with both Christian Darling and Stevie Brooks. They are the Renegade EJ Rodriguez and Dream Killer Mikey Tons, the Ruckus.
Team number 2, the Renegade EJ Rodriguez and the Dream Killer Mikey Tons.
Coming at you from the wrong side of the Paulsboro train field.
It behooves both these teams to try and end this quickly. There are 7 more teams in line, chomping at the bit to come out here and get a taste of tag team gold. The longer this particular match goes on, the more it drains these competitors and puts them in an even more significant disadvantage down the line.
Yeah, when you're in a tag team turmoil gauntlet, all your game plan goes out the window. You're focused on conserving, because you can win, and you can win, and you can win another, and you can win another, and you still can lose in the end.
The problem with this match is it is both a marathon and a sprint. There is only so much you can do to conserve your energy when you have to win each of these heats, but also, you're right, you need to try and go the distance, and let's not forget, Stevie Brooks coming back from a gnarly arm injury, literally sliced open in a match. Is it possible that she's at 100%? Being cleared is not the same as being 100%.
Yeah, you see her throwing those shoulder tackles, putting her left arm into it. Double pass by now, and EJ Rodriguez has had quite the history with both of these individuals.
And now Stevie throwing some eyes over at Christian Darling. It's complicated, man.
And EJ Rodriguez has made it back into his corner, and I think it would be wise to tag out, but that was the unwise option, EJ.
Ran right into a punch to the face, not the situation the Renegade was hoping for.
And now EJ definitely looks a little wobbly right now. Needs to make the tag.
To the Dream Killer, Mikey Tons. Biggest man in the match, looking to kill the dreams of It's Complicated. What a huge win it would be tonight. Not only, forget the tag team titles for a second, but just if DeRuckus was able to unseat and upset It's Complicated, that in and of itself is huge for these two.
That would be the biggest win of their lives, but I don't think you realize what Mikey Tons has to do He has to put down Christian Darling to do it.
No fear in Mikey Tons, and there are unintended side effects of this match. You got to assume if anyone pins Christian Darling, they can lay claim potentially to saying they deserve a shot at the Supersonic title down the line by pinning the champion.
And look at that. Two bulls clashing in the ring. Neither one of them moving an inch. Oh, he budged Christian Darling a little bit, though.
Mikey Tons is the bull in the china shop.
Now, he just took down Christian Darling with one line.
Lights out on prime time, and now the ground and pound, the mount, nothing pretty, but very effective for this newcomer, Mikey Tons, who's looked so good since debuting only about 3 months ago.
Hold up, Mikey Tons might mean business here, but
Mikey Tons better mean business. This is tag team turmoil. You don't bring anything but your best, and you gotta bring it and bring it and bring it. Remember, either of these teams, if they win, they still have another 6 matches to go.
EJ Rodriguez, I don't think that was wise of him. You just got taken down by Stevie Brooks. And now dumped out of the ring.
Darling fed Rodriguez to Stevie, and boy, did she cook.
Oh, no. Oh, I know where Christian Darling's mind is at, and I don't like where Mikey Tons is about to go.
Well, Darling is able to do this early in the match. Will he be able to pull this off late in the game? But this might go to, it's complicated.
And he just killed the dream of the Dream Killer.
One down, potentially many to go. They're going to have to take advantage. Will it's complicated?
Introducing team number 3.
Rest period.
Oh, wait a second.
The team of Saul and Clockwork Dylan Shaw.
Saul's back. We haven't seen him wrestle in a very long time. He's been out with a lumbar injury, couple herniated discs, but nevertheless, this is his first appearance, and it's in tag team turmoil.
Also very unexpected to see Dylan Shaw team with Saul instead of his usual Cole Shaw partner, Ezra Coleman. Wonder if they're looking at a change in direction for each other.
Well, I don't know. I know what Christian Darling's looking at. He's looking at 2 crash test dummies right now.
Saul looking to make tonight an incredible episode of the Saul Show. Bit of respect there between Darling and the Clock King of professional wrestling, Dylan Shaw, the technical timepiece.
Well, Dylan Shaw able to get out of the way. You know, Saul and Shaw kind of rolls off the tongue a little better than Cole Shaw did. Nevertheless, Dylan hits full steam ahead to Darling and swinging neck breaker. And now you want to think, did Darling TKOing Mikey Tons take too much energy out of him? Is he going to have to rely on Stevie Brooks to make the hot tag?
Great fisherman suplex into the bridge. Darling breaks out. On paper, this is a mismatch. A first-time team. Saul returning to wrestling for the first time in a long time. Maybe not fully in ring shape. We'll find out. Tag made to Saul. But we know that it's complicated. Already just had a grueling match against DeRuckus. So if there's ever a time for an upset, it's right now.
Yes, Saul, ever the technical wrestler. You see that branded singlet on him. That's not something any Joe Schmo can buy off the street. That is earned.
No, you got to buy that off the internet. Christian Darling ducks underneath, double shoulder tackle.
And now both Saul and Shaw are down, and Christian Darling is looking for the main course here tonight.
Christian Darling, a one-man wrecking crew, but why have all the fun? Tag into Stevie Brooks.
And now Stevie with Saul, Darling with Shaw. Could it be tandem? Dropping him to the mat.
Offense in stereo, and now splits.
Double splitsville. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think I'd ever see that out of Christian Darling.
Introducing team number 4.
Nevertheless, we've got many more tag teams coming out. Christian Darling and Stevie Brooks are playing King of the Hill here.
The team of Rabid Ryan Mooney and the upstanding Dylan Mesh.
The last light. Rabid Ryan Mooney and the upstanding Dylan Mesh here to play spoilers in their TRL debut. These men are professional buzzkills, and they would love nothing more than to ruin the party that is TRL The Final Stand by coming in and stealing our tag team titles.
Dylan Mesh has been a mainstay on TRL in the past, feuding with the likes of Lucas Twitch DeSangro, who we will be seeing in our main event,
But this team, first time appearance here at TRL. Ryan Mooney will be in action this Sunday at Fight Pro Wrestling against Matt Quay. Will he walk in one half of the Monster Factory Tag Team Champions? And I'll note that we are now 4 teams in, and we have yet to see our Tag Team Champions, currently the guaranteed MurphZee.
Yeah, MurphZee definitely has a good draw here, but you know who doesn't have a good draw? Ryan Mooney and Dylan Mesh.
Death from above by Stevie Brooks.
And now, the TRL. If you remember the old episodes, whenever Dylan Mesh would wrestle, the crowd would always chant, "Where's my breadsticks?" And old habits die hard, Jason E.
Hey, listen, if you're expecting breadsticks, you want the breadsticks. Rabin Ryan Mooney, an incredible professional wrestler. If this is your first time seeing him, make no mistake, very dangerous.
Well, if this is your first time seeing Ryan Mooney,
where you been? The man's an impressive specimen.
and I just watched him get his sternum cracked by Christian Darling. That's what happened.
Not that it has to be a competition, but I think Darling won. That was way higher on the decibel scale than Stevie Brooks. And Brooks had a great slap, but Darling's chop, that was a bomb going off.
I think you could fantasy book 100 matches at the Monster Factory and just write Darling wins across 90% of them without even looking at what the matches are.
Now the not-so-upstanding Dylan Mesh taking advantage of the opportunity. Ryan Mooney looking to steal the victory.
I've never seen anyone wrestle with a loose tie like Ryan Mooney is. At least Dylan Mesh is the fashionable button-down shirt.
He's a rabbit honey badger. The fact that he's wearing clothes at all is incredible.
Well, I would very much like him to be wearing clothes. That would be preferable.
Well, think about Winnie the Pooh. He just wears a shirt. We're lucky that Ryan put on the pants today.
The pants do look great. Let's keep it at that. As Christian Darling is taken down. Dylan Mesh into the cover. Darling survives.
Dylan Mesh beating down the ankles of Christian Darling. And of course, this is the third match in a row as part of this Tag Team Turmoil Gauntlet match for Christian Darling and Stevie Brooks. At some point, they got to get worn down and worn out by the situation. Will the Last Light be the ones to capitalize?
The Tag Team Turmoil, when it was announced, you see every tag team crawling out of the clockwork.
Tag there for Ryan Mooney.
You see teams like the Last Light who are making their in-ring debut at the Monster Factory because everyone wants a piece of tag team gold.
Former captured Lightning Tag Team Champions and our friends, the Worldwide Wrestling Dojo. Ryan Mooney now with the cover. We're seeing all of the different schools in the area converge like we do here at TRL. Super Crazy Pro Wrestling Academy, the Skid Row Pro Wrestling Academy, the Worldwide Wrestling Dojo. Everyone's here, and now we got to get a shot. We got to get a vaccine for Christian Darling because that man's rabid.
You said it best, Jason. I don't know how much Christian Darling has left in him.
Tag made now to the upstanding Dylan Mesh. Really tests the definition of upstanding as I understand it.
For Darling and Stevie, this is their third consecutive tag match. They have been wrestling for 11 minutes.
And Ryan Mooney went for the pin, but it was Dylan Mesh who was legal. That may have cost the Last Light an opportune moment to take these tag titles, or at least to get closer to them.
Well, I guess when you're as loony as Mooney is, you don't really think straight.
Imagine what Mooney's like under a full moon. You ever seen a were badger before?
Hey, they make novels about that concept. Anyways,
I'm sure they do.
Even for a man like Christian Darling, fatigue may be setting in.
Christian Darling is an incredible athlete, a real specimen, but he is still only human, and there are limits to the body. We're going to see if Darling can push past his tag made now to rabid Ryan Mooney.
One of my favorite quotes ever. But nevertheless, Ryan Mooney grinding down Christian Darling, and that's the most brilliant thing you could do in this match. Keep Darling from tagging Stevie. This man's already been fatigued from 2 previous matches. If you can take Christian Darling out without much trouble, what are your chances that you're going to be able to take out another team, or even 2?
The Last Light have done a great job of cutting the ring in half, keeping Darling isolated, trying to bait Stevie Brooks into the ring, or she might get stopped by the referee. Great tag team wrestling on display by the Last Light.
And Christian Darling always going to fight back, as Darling does.
But is this a turnaround, Devlin, or a last gasp? We're going to find out in just a moment as Ryan Mooney looks to cut Darling off at the pass.
Spine Buster! Patented, trademarked, copywritten by one Mr. Christian Darling.
But that's only half the battle. Now he's got to crawl the rest of the way by hook or by crook. Can he tag in Stevie Brooks?
The crowd is hot, and here comes Stevie to blow him away.
Right now, it's simple. Stevie Brooks has to go on offense and cannot afford to stop.
Run through them. Destroy both of them.
Leaving the Badger catatonic now, looking to have her way with the upstanding Dylan Mesh.
Dylan Mesh looking to go for a ride. A bit of friendly fire there.
Shades of Terry Funk and the ladder, except it was Stevie Brooks and Dylan Mesh. Went for that splits that scored the pinfall just a few minutes ago, but Ryan Mooney had it scouted.
Grabbing Stevie by her hair.
Can't afford to get disqualified.
Beautiful pump kick. That's like a shotgun blast going off in your face.
Right in the teeth of the Honey Badger. Stevie Brooks has the opportunity, but tagging in Christian Darling, who might still be the worse for wear.
Well, if the man who's going to be worse for wear is Dylan Mesh, if he doesn't take it lightly, but going for a status update, and now
interception by Ryan Mooney, DDT, double pin, and so close. Could not be closer, a centimeter of a second away from the Last Light moving forward. And this has been the longest we have seen any 2 teams go up against each other so far in this turmoil.
Indeed, Christian Darling putting up one hell of a fight. A last stand fit for a show named after it. Stevie just turned Mooney inside out with the spear. Darling hits pay dirt.
So many are down. Who is going to win this war of attrition? Dylan Mesh walking into danger.
Status update delivered. Message sent. Left on red. And he does it. That's another notch.
Introducing team number 4.
Oh, wait a second.
That was 3 in a row for It's Complicated, but it's got to be taking its toll on Stevie and Darling at
Nick
this point.
Battee and the original MF World Renown.
Well, that's a theme song we haven't heard of in a while, but back in the old days of TRL, you'd hear this every week as World Renown hits the ring, and you see the original MF in there as well, probably the newest member of World Renown.
Well, this is a real graduation day for the original MF. In a lot of ways, he was a mascot, a young boy for the original version of World Renown. Now, he's got the opportunity to be a full-fledged member of the stable alongside Nick Battee.
And if the Last Light were the most brutal tag team in this match, then Nick Battee is one of the smartest men. He knows how to pick apart a weakness, but Darling and Stevie aren't done fighting. They're just gonna keep on bulldozing through whatever tag team comes out.
It's Complicated, has to try and end this very, very quickly because Nick Battee on his own is a serious threat, let alone with the rising star that is the original MF.
Yeah, Nick Battee, former Monster Factory champion, dethroned Christian Darling for the arena title. There is some personal animosity between the two of them, and well, speaking of personal animosity, unfortunate events, the The original MF is once again crossing roads with Christian Darling. Now, you weren't here last week, but this man got taken to the cleaners.
Christian Darling looking to see if he can do the same thing 2 weeks in a row. All the blood rushing to the head of the original MF and lands hard right on his chest.
And we saw it before, where the original MF essentially was the lamb fed to the velociraptors. And now Christian Darling is looking to tear him apart.
Doesn't matter your age, doesn't matter your size.
The hands are rated E for everyone.
Yeah, you get in the ring with Christian Darling, you are going to feel it in your bones, or whatever's left of them. And now Stevie Brooks taking the opportunity, but it's charismatic, it's cinematic, it's coming into focus. It's Nick Battee.
And now the original MF taking advantage. We haven't seen Nick Battee in quite some time. He challenged Chris Desmond for the Monster Factory Championship at Summer Splashdown, coming up short, but he is a multi-time tag team champion as well. Could this be another time they win?
This is a multi-generational affair in this match with Nick Battee leading the original MF. What a night it would be for World Renowned to return and win the tag team titles here in this new configuration at TRL 102, and only 2 for the original MF. Ultimately, until MF fills out, he's always going to be at a disadvantage in a pinfall against one of our more sizable competitors. He just doesn't have the same body weight to push across the shoulders.
Yeah, and that's where Nick Battee comes in. He's going to help the original MF grind them down, folding Stevie Brooks with a gnarly back suplex of the double variety, but Stevie survives.
Well, Nick Battee may have come the closest of anyone so far to putting down It's Complicated. Nick Battee, an all-star here at the Monster Factory, has won so many titles, been a part of so many incredible moments. It's phenomenal to see him back here on our final episode of TRL for the foreseeable future. This grand season finale could become a world-renowned finale.
It could be. And I want to bring attention to this. Darling and Stevie have been wrestling non-stop for the last 19 minutes. No match in Monster Factory normally even goes half that. These two have been through a marathon, and now Original MF looking to steal it. And I'm going to say this right now. How much do you think these two have left in the tank?
I think we're seeing it right there. Stevie Brooks nearly falling prey to Original MF, and that's not to knock MF. It's just purely size of this young man. It is harder for him to score a pinfall, but there he got 1.9 on Stevie Brooks. Nick Battee now coming in, and you see the difference there, too. Nick Battee able to get 2, MF 1.5. It's just the nature of the beast and the body.
And you see him coaching the original MF after every kick out. Now Stevie.
Hard to ask for a better coach than Nick Battee. Quick tag into Battee. And Christian Darling this time making the big save.
He was too late to intercept Stevie Brooks. And now it is world-renowned 3.0. Might be eating pay dirt at the hands of Christian Darling.
The incredible athleticism of Christian Darling. I mean, the man is a machine. The cardiovascular conditioning of this competitor.
Built like a Greek god, I will say, as Nick Battee goes for a wild discus sidewalk slam. Original MF catches the spine buster.
Original MF watched his soul leave his body. It's not often you attend your own funeral, and that's kind of what's happening for the Original MF right now.
I don't think he learned his lesson from what happened last week, as Stevie Brooks is now legal, and can we be seeing, well, Stevie Brooks taken out.
Battee with the interception, and now raking the eyes on the outside. Christian Darling coming to the defense of his tag team partner. Nothing complicated about that. You got to be there for each other.
Original MF, smart move, using the bottom rope to catch Christian Darling's lower back, and now, oh, what is he doing?
Cuts Darling off the pass, second row, beautiful elbow drop right across the throat of Christian Darling, not even waiting a second. Got to admire the tenacity of this young man.
Swanton from the original F. No, don't tell me. Oh my God! He just picked Christian Darling!
That's the single greatest upset we could possibly have imagined here.
Your next team, the Monster Factory Tag Team Champions, Zee and Brian Murphy, the MurphZee Guarantee.
I've seen Isaac Taylor beat Goldie, and this is a bigger upset than that, but nevertheless, here we go. 20
out of the frying pan and into the fire, the Guarantee MurphZee, our current tag team champions. That means this is must win here on out for Brian Murphy and Mike Zee if they want to walk out of here with the titles they currently hold. I gotta say, Devlin just caught straight fire to the face and the microphone.
Brian Murphy normally throws his shirt at commentary. Well, he just hit the greatest shot. He hit the mic directly, and now he's gonna hit. Well, he was gonna hit the original MF there.
Mike Zee distracting MF. And the man who very proudly wears the banner of being from the world-famous Monster Factory more than maybe any other, Brian Murphy. What a very emotionally charged night this has to be for Brian Murphy.
As I'm rebuilding the mic stand, we're going to get back to the action. Mike Zee has the original MF in the corner.
What a run that was for It's Complicated. Over 20 minutes in the ring, defeating 3 teams in a row. But now, it is defense here for the current Monster Factory Tag Team Champions.
Yeah, this is where the real game begins now. The challengers have had a bit of time to sort themselves out, and now it's on the champions to hold their ground, to retain the Monster Factory Tag Team titles, because now it is sudden death. You win, and you win, or else you aren't the Tag Team Champions anymore.
Nick Battee holding on for dear life. But MF deciding he wants to be the one to take down Brian Murphy. Nick Battee, maybe the most impressive athlete currently in the ring.
Yeah, Nick Battee and Brian Murphy have wrestled before. They've met in the Larry Sharp Memorial Cup.
The focus, Nick Battee, so aggressive, no wasted motion. I mean, just the fluidity of this young man. It's incredible.
And then there's Nick Battee and Mike Zee, 2 men who have traded the Monster Factory Championship in between them a number of times. Gnarly chop to Brian Murphy.
The pain etched on the face of Brian Murphy. And again, we still have 3 teams left after this. No one is safe. You win this match, your only reward, more punishment.
That's why tag team turmoil is so deadly.
Cover there by Nick Battee. You see the frustration and resignation in equal measure on the face of Nick Battee, the leader of World Renowned. You gotta wonder how other former members of World Renowned, like Chris Desmond or Brian Morris, feel watching this happen without them.
Well, we will be seeing Chris Desmond in our main event challenging for the Monster Factory Championship, so I think he's gonna be fine. And the original MF has Brian Murphy in the corner. Now this is disaster for the tag team champions. Their hope was to get in there, kick some high knee, and then get out.
Incredible chop by the original MF, though. What a gifted professional wrestler MF is. Recently finishing a long-term rivalry with Cameron Pierce, now looking for the next chapter of his career, and has really found a mentor in Nick Battee.
And now Nick Battee grabbing the hair, using those good old-fashioned dirty tactics.
Nick Battee is not above anything it takes to get a win. He is so athletically gifted, but at the same time, work smart, not hard.
Yeah, Brian Murphy needs to make it back to his tag team partner, Mike Zee, but you're in there with Nick Battee, man. That's not going to be an easy task.
No quarter asked for, none given. This is what the tag team champions have asked for by initiating tag team turmoil 2 there for Nick Battee. Great job there by Battee, immediately grabbing the arm, maintaining control. That is the veteran instinct of Nick Battee.
Brian Murphy up and over Nick Battee. Retables him. Down with the line. This could be his opening.
Some learn from Thez, some learn from Gotch. Pretty sure Brian Murphy has studied Larry, Curly, and Mo extensively.
I was going to make that reference. I'm so glad you did. As MurphZee is now in the ring. MurphZee laying waste to Nick Battee and the original MF.
Big mouth, even bigger battle. Lost that one. Anyway, MurphZee's great is the point. He is a talented man with a temper, center of the ring, and so close to putting away his longtime rival, Nick Battee.
He hit him with the angle slam, and it wasn't enough. As crowd clearly not happy with that Nick kicked out.
Gotta trust our officials here at the Monster Factory. That was 2, but it was 2 as close as it could get. And now we're gonna see the MurphZee guarantee. Will we see it? Will we see it?
Original MF though, sent back into Nick Battee. He was going to go for a code breaker. Mic drop.
It is incredible. It is incredible to listen to MF realize his impending demise. I don't know what's more satisfying, the scream or the slam. Nick Battee coming in.
I don't think you picked up on what just happened. MurphZee didn't realize MF wasn't the legal man, but Nick Battee is, and he's gone.
Crucifix. And the tag team champions are still in the hunt.
They've got a long road to go, though. A very long road ahead.
Introducing team number 6.
Oh,
The
this is
Kingpiece,
interesting.
Cameron Pierce, and Fast Track, Ezra Coleman.
Well, the answer to the earlier question of why was Dylan Shaw not teaming with Ezra Coleman is now clear, because we got a team of up-and-coming young guns together. I never would have thought to see the Kingpiece and the Fast Track on the same team, but now that I see it, God, it makes so much sense.
It really does, Jason. They've got matching white jackets, kind of.
They are young, they are fresh, they are so clearly the future of the Monster Factory. The question is tonight that future?
And now, let me tell you this. Cameron Pierce used to be tag team partners with Brian Murphy as part of Children of Heart. That's going to throw a little bit of an extra wrinkle into things.
The guaranteed MurphZee, 1 win under their belt. And the crowd cannot choose between all 4 of these men. As you mentioned, a lot of love between the Kingpiece and the master of the roll-up, who goes immediately for his signature move.
Well, if you've never seen Cameron Pierce or Ezra Coleman wrestle, you're about to. And oh, brother, it is a treat as
Cameron... And now tag made Ezra Coleman, sorry.
Yeah, Cameron Pierce looking for the O'Connor roll, but Brian Murphy is not really privy to roll-ups. He's the master of those.
There is one word to describe this brand new tag team, and it is speed. You are not going to find 2 faster men in this entire company.
High flyers, too. I mean, Cameron Pierce is one of the best there is, and Ezra Coleman, have you seen this man's vertical? Well, speaking of vertical, we're about to take off with an airplane spin.
Old school fundamentals on display by Brian Murphy, a man who never skips a day of training.
And it's certainly paying off as both men are kind of woozy there.
But it's Murphy that stays on his feet and now looking to make a tag to his partner, but the Kingpiece getting into place, looking to put the tag team champions in check.
Oh, well, Cameron Pierce is going to be looking for checkmate eventually, but there's the old Children of Heart pose. Didn't work out for him that time.
Cover now on Ezra Coleman. who just took a little bit of friendly fire.
And now Brian Murphy brings Ezra Coleman back to MurphZee.
They are looking to guarantee a victory tonight to walk through this entire gauntlet. And now MurphZee making the cover on Ezra Coleman, a former Monster Factory champion, current tag team champion. MurphZee, a man with all the tools for success. Ezra Coleman, people have him pegged for big things. Is tonight going to be the night that all of that potential is made manifest into reality, Devlin?
Well, we're going to see, because Cam Pierce getting back in the ring. He caught Brian Murphy with a swerve kick.
Already, this team is so impressive. Incredible to think this is their first night ever tagging together. And
that was an interesting tandem move, but nobody was home there.
no water in the pool.
Brian
Roll up.
Murphy rolling him up. He's got it deep. And that's another check mark for MurphZee guarantee.
2 in a
Introducing
row.
team number 7.
Oh no!
Wait, really?
Milton Mallow and Isaac Taylor, Pete's Posee.
So we'll take you back to a couple weeks ago. Murphy and MurphZee beat these two to win the tag titles in the first place, and they were pretty pissed off. They were going right for business, but Brian Murphy, oh my God! Get wrecked, Pete's Posse!
It is not the night for Pete's Posse.
That was beautiful! That was awesome!
And they weren't even on my format sheet, which means that I'm pretty sure Pete was able to lobby to get them added to this match. That means this has become a 10-team gauntlet instead of 9.
Introducing
I've never
team
seen
number
that many.
8. Jimmy Conway and Luca Brasi, South Philly's finest.
You know, I knew I smelled some cheesesteaks in Paulsboro.
The return of South Philly's finest to the Monster Factory, a legendary tag team. The Line, Luca Brasi, the Gent, Jimmy Conway, and they want to roll out of the Monster Factory, say goodbye to the building by being, yet again, the tag team champions.
It's a Philadelphian mug, and you see the hats, you see the glasses, you see the vests.
You're seeing style for the first time in your life, Devlin. How's it look?
It looks nasty. I'm gonna be real with you.
Oh my gosh. Buddy, one day, you're gonna grow up and appreciate the finer things in life, just like South Philly's finest.
I'm from South Jersey. We're tired of being called Philly adjacent. I'm with Murphy and MurphZee on this one.
The legends of the Monster Factory, former multi-time Monster Factory tag team champions, South Philly's finest. That is Luca Brasi, currently punching MurphZee, and the Gent, Jimmy Conway, giving the business to Brian Murphy on the outside. It's very rare for us to consider the current champions underdogs, but in this moment, 3 matches in, going up against absolute legends of the area, this is a rough draw for the tag team champions, the guaranteed MurphZee.
South Philly's finest, 29-time tag team champions, former Monster Factory champions. They've also wrestled in NWA, which is pretty impressive.
Not only in NWA, they were wrestling for the NWA in their home at the 2300 Arena. I mean, these guys have done nearly everything there is to do, but they haven't closed down the Monster Factory by wearing the gold. Again, this is the final stand, our last night here in our 13-year home. It means so much to Monster Factory banner. We will, but we don't know when and we don't know where, so everything is on the line tonight.
Well, hopefully it'll be soon, but MurphZee is getting a Philly-style beatdown at the hands of South Philly's finest.
It doesn't matter what MurphZee order, he's getting it wit. He's getting it wit and extra side, a beating tonight. Pepper and ketchup for MurphZee.
This team is overwhelming. I will say, I see Jimmy Conway's got the, What do you call them?
Well, Luca Brasi's got the cover. That's what Luca Brasi's got. He's looking to send MurphZee to sleep with the fishes.
Suspenders was the word I was looking for that Jimmy Conway has. Have you ever seen anyone wrestle in suspenders before?
I mean, I've called the Jimmy Conway match, so yeah.
Oh, this would be my first, but...
Well, you're in for quite the experience. Don't make them mad. You don't want to wake up with cement boots.
It's all right. I'll just walk to the other side of the bridge. But nevertheless, MurphZee, well, Jimmy Conway's a legal man. Luca Brasi gets MurphZee's with that atomic drop.
And MurphZee hit where he hates to be hit the most, the mouth. You might not be able to talk.
He's a very good trash talker,
Prolific trash talker. But I got to tell you, we got two of the biggest mouths in the industry in the ring right now. The Gent and the Guarantee. And now a fish hook across the cheek of MurphZee.
I would say that wasn't very Philly-like of him, but given the state that city's in right now, I have to disagree.
And South Philly's finest, intimidating our officials, and you don't do that here at the Monster Factory.
Here at the Monster Factory, the Zebras fight back.
You may be able to push your weight around at the sanitation department, but you can't do that here at the factory.
And now Luca Brasi taking out Brian Murphy on the apron.
MurphZee has been battered, pillar to post, pilloried by South Philly's finest, making a grand return to the house they built. And that means there's probably a lot of dead bodies in the foundation.
Well, I'll be calling you when they do the investigation, but dangerously close to the ropes that suplex was as Luca Brasi seamlessly flows in with a swanton. Great
Pinning predicament there by Luca Brasi. Such fluid tag team offense by South Philly's finest. They are looking incredible. We have seen first-time tag teams tonight, and we are seeing legends of this building in a celebration of past, present, and future. But only one thing matters: who will walk out with these tag team titles?
Yeah, 102 episodes of TRL all comes to a head here at the Monster Factory. And now MurphZee
lands on his feet.
Through. Double neck breaker to South Philly's finest.
They're punching the air, and MurphZee got to make the long, long walk across the ring and the river and tags in Brian Murphy. Murphy literally tripped underneath a clothesline. Only time losing your balance has ever worked as a defensive maneuver.
That is something Brian Murphy does. He takes the blunders and he turns it into surpluses for himself. A bit of an extension on that head, but now looking for the Paisley pump handles. Plex.
Nails it. Luca Brasi looks out and cold, but Jimmy Conway.
Friendly fire to Jimmy Conway is out of there.
MurphZee, we've already seen very effectively use his roll-up before, and now maybe looking to make Luca Brasi a little unpretty too.
Well, Jimmy Conway kicks Brian Murphy in the gut. Now Luca Brasi, he's got the arms. He's waiting for the mob boss to hit him. Murphy ducks. Brasi's out.
Luca Brasi out cold. MurphZee tagged in, didn't look quite ready for it, but listen, you gotta go while the getting's good. Brasi's out. Can the tag team champions continue? There's only one team left if they're able to get the win here. MurphZee with the pin.
That'll do it. You're so close. You're so close, MurphZee and Brian
And
Murphy.
the final team,
There's one. Oh my God.
Control Chaos.
Happy Hunting is back. It really is a TRL throwback, Jason. 40 minutes in, and our final team is hitting the ring, but
they're coming from behind. And this is the hardest team that the tag team champions could have possibly hoped for in this moment. Former tag team champions Controlled Chaos, Papa Juice with the pin right there, alongside his son, Kid Chaos.
They created their style. They literally run a martial arts dojo. Their feet are so incredibly well educated.
They have the proprietary mixed martial arts Juice Jitsu, in addition to their work as professional wrestlers, and Kid Chaos nearly getting the win. Former Monster Factory Tag Team Champions Kid Chaos and his father, Papa Juice, controlled Chaos. This would have been an incredible one-on-one match, but the champions have gone through, I believe at this point, is it 4 or 5 matches already, leading to this, possibly their toughest test.
I think it's 4 matches here, Jason, and now this is their final test, but Controlled Chaos, already Monster Factory Tag Team Champions. If Brian Murphy and Mike Zee are able to withstand this, I'm going to call it a miracle.
Great job there by Papa Juice, clutching the leg of Brian Murphy. You can never count the tag team champions out, but they need a miracle if they're going to defeat a fresh Controlled Chaos, one of the top tag teams in this company on any day.
I don't believe these teams have met in the ring before, but this would be a hell of a first encounter if Papa Juice and Kid Chaos were able to take the tag titles from them.
Significant stylistic differences in approach to wrestling between the guaranteed MurphZee and Controlled Chaos, especially since we've seen this complete change in attitude in Controlled Chaos over the last several months. Paisley pump handle.
And then again, Brian Murphy is the king of miracles. Maybe another one will come to us at 541 Mantua Avenue.
We're gonna see if Brian Murphy can literally fall into a victory and if he can tag the guarantee Mike Zee. Now Controlled Chaos double teaming on Mike Zee. 2-for-1 special on offense there by the guarantee.
Mike Zee's got to be careful.
The bravado brawler Mike Zee lifting Papa Juice up for an attempt at an Olympic slam, and there's some of that Juice Jitsu on display. Trademark, patent pending.
And now, Controlled Chaos could very well be picking the bones.
Legal. We're going to see that high-low that they love to finish people off with, but Mike Zee had it scouted.
The critical chaos is what the move is called, and double Mike Zee guarantee!
Holy heaven, we saw it! We saw it live! Mike Zee hit the guarantee!
He's been doing that for a bit, but I've never seen him do it to 2 people, but Papa Juice and Kid Chaos are both out of there.
Listen, for the number of times that man went for that move and missed, let us never look a gift horse in the mouth. It is a miracle here on Mantua every time he hits it.
That is true. But he needs a different kind of miracle right now. He might hit another one of those Mike Zee guarantees if he wants to guarantee it. Crowd calling Kid Chaos Chicken Little here.
What a tough task it has been for the tag team champions. This is the final heat here in tag team turmoil. We know for sure one of these 2 teams, the guaranteed MurphZee or Controlled Chaos, will be leaving this finale of TRL as the Monster Factory Tag Team Champions.
Wow, I was gonna mention Papa Juice was ready, the avalanche angle slam. No, Brian Murphy saves it.
Papa Juice had put Kid Chaos perfectly in position, but forgot to play defense against Brian Murphy, who has more lives than a cat.
Now, Controlled Chaos.
Tag into Papa Juice.
The day they won the tag titles at Turkey Slam last year, they went through 2 matches in one night in order to get it. Well, the tag team champions
are gonna have to go through 5.
Yeah, this is 4 or 5, one of them, but Mike Zee hits the mic drop. It's a night of marathon as we hit our 45-minute mark as Kid Chaos and Brian Murphy.
Mike Zee shot the half.
Kid Chaos just hit the twisted fate.
That means that the guaranteed MurphZee has been in this match for over 20 minutes. We saw the first half dominated by It's Complicated, the second half by our tag team champions, but it might be right now. Controlled Chaos coming in.
Critical Chaos! No way! No way! They did it!
Here are your winners and new Monster Factory Tag Team Champions, Control Chaos.
It pays to come in last. Sometimes it's as simple. Well, I won't say it's as simple as the numbers. You gotta be really talented to defeat the tag team champions, but there was a huge benefit for Controlled Chaos to being as good as they are as a unit and to come in at number 10 in the turmoil.
I'll give you this, 45 minutes, 48 seconds is a new record for the longest match in TRL history.
I'm gonna tag out to our broadcast colleague Chaz for this incredible one-on-one match that we've been waiting a long time for. Liam Black versus Travis Jacobs, and then I can't wait to be here as we wrap up TRL 102.
Congratulations to Controlled Chaos, two-time Monster Factory Tag Team Champions. And it just hits different as I'm welcomed back onto the broadcast booth by Chaz Williams.
Did you miss me?
Oh, you betcha I did. It's been a night for sure.
So I've been